friends, welcome to the forest. I'm Amy, and today I am sharing with you my Junk Journal January Day 13 Hobbies. And this is an open collab that was hosted by Meg Journals. So first I wanted to figure out which hobbies I would include on the page. And I could have fit a lot if I had written them in a list format, but I decided I wanted to draw some little magical beasties or just little critters to go along with each one. So I can only fit probably 4 or 5 on the page, maybe just 4. So I knew I wanted to represent art and painting, so I've got my little dragon holding his paintbrushes. And then I wanted to include how much I've really been enjoying going for my nature walks. So I am drawing these little foxes having their family time, going out for a nature walk and looking at the world around them. And then I was thinking about how much I love to be inside or outside and just be cozy with a book. So I have this little squirrely character curling up with a good book. And maybe that's what he's doing in the winter. You know, it's cold outside, he's hanging out in his nest, and he's just having a nice little read. Lately I've been drawing these little simple fairy characters that I really love, so I wanted to include one of those on the page just because I've been having a lot of fun drawing them. Okay, so now we are going to paint. And I really love the watercolor part of these pages or these drawings. It's just really fun. Playing with watercolor is really fun. And I'm just keeping things pretty light in the beginning. I've just got my little gray squirrel and I wanted to make a blue dragon because on my other page I had drawn a green one and painted a green one, I should say. So this one I'm keeping the base blue, but actually this winds up being a very colorful dragon, which I think is appropriate because he is holding paintbrushes and he is representing drawing and painting, so I think he should be colorful and full of all kinds of paint. I do enjoy baking as well, but like I said, I couldn't fit everything on the page, so I am just going to stick with these ones. And then later, maybe I can represent my love of baking somewhere else or another time. I have my little fox family down here. They are going out and looking around, looking at the leaves, looking at that fairy. They're just enjoying being outside. So please enjoy. I'm going to fade out for a little bit. Enjoy the painting, and I will be back soon. Hello, I'm back again. I hope you enjoyed the painting. Now we're going to get into some of the details. So I'm using a white gel pen. This is a Jelly Roll pen, and I am enjoying it. I got like a 6-pack, I think, of these, or a 5-pack on Amazon, and I do like it. It's working out really well. It shows up on top of the watercolor. You can't paint on it though because it will just smudge. So this is going to be one of the last steps. And as I was doing the details, I realized I never painted these poor little fox's feet. So I'm painting those a darker color, and I'm adding a little bit of shading to the fur because I really didn't do that either. I'm just adding some colored pencil because this fairy's skin tone and wings were very similar. So I'm just trying to separate those a little bit. And now let's get to the page. So I had put gesso on the page and I thought that was going to be good and I would put my images on top of that. But then I decided that I didn't want a white background. So I am using this painty paper. You may recognize it. I used it to make a chrysalis pocket for my intricate page a few days ago. So I'm using up almost the rest of it. There's just some scraps now of that same paper to just cover this page. Okay, so I cut out all my little characters, my little paintings, and now I have to figure out how they're going to fit on the page. And you'll notice I have a little tiny mini journal that I made, and I didn't film when I was making that. I didn't know if it was going to work out. But basically, I just took a tiny piece of the cardboard from, it was like a seltzer box, and I made this little journal. I just folded it. I ripped up some tiny tea paper, and I did actually stitch it in there with a little pamphlet stitch. And I thought I could glue the back of the little journal book to the page, and then that way you could still open it and someone could still write in there in the future. So that was my idea there, and I didn't like the way the cover came out, but I'm gonna fix that later. This was a label when I had done some jelly plate printing, and I printed on a label sticker sheet, and I thought I could use one of those labels to write my prompt on there. And just gluing, always gluing, you know, takes a lot of glue. So now I'm trying out the gel pen on the painty paper, which worked pretty well. And then I just wanted to write down the hobbies next to each character, even though you can tell what they're doing. Well, maybe not the foxes, but the other ones you can tell. But I just like the way the white pen looks. And then here I am making a little cat sort of creature to go on the cover of that mini journal, because I had tried to draw one with a Posca pen, but the paper was like a waxy kind of paper, and so it smudged even though I tried to let it dry for a long time. So now I'm just going to make a little kitty to go on there and cover that up. And I'll just put a little bit of paint on to cover up my old kitty that I had drawn on there, because the new kitty's face is a little bit smaller. So I dried that, and then once that was dry, now I'm gluing on the little face, and then I decided to go over the white here with the black ink pen to see if that would help it show up, because when I was looking at it, it really didn't seem like I could see it too well. And I'm just adding a little bit to that journal. And I'm still fidgeting with the prompt there, the prompt title. And now that I've properly fidgeted with that, I'm going to add some stars. I love to add stars, and whether they're represented as actual star shapes or just the dots, I love to have those little magical symbols. So our page is done. Here are all of our characters enjoying or representing some of the hobbies that I enjoy here. This little journal, I'm hoping somebody in the future will write in. It has some little papers in there, and like I said, I've got the little stitch there, and I've glued it as best as I can to the back. So I am hoping that somebody will write in there. I was going to write in there, and I said I'm going to leave it for somebody else. It's more fun. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you again soon. Take care now. Bye-bye.